That's a good thing. This and be like, oh my God, it's me.
Good morning.
Bro. I hear that.
Alright, lads. Yes. So we're back again.
Back in the stew. Back again. Bam,
Yes.
Babylon.
I hope everyone's been having a good week. Was it a good, good productive week in that? Just before we forget, I want to say Happy Black History Month.
Yes,
there's a bit of mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, come on, they painted four. But
everything's Black History right now, isn't it? But
birthday month. Black power.
Power to the people. Come on.
Stupid. And off the back of that as well, those who can see us as well, we're drinking a nice rum punch that was kindly given to us by my friend Remy.
Thank you, Remy.
Thanks, Rems.
Yeah, this is We Rum Tingz. We put in We Rum Tingz with a Z on Insta. You can find that. Get your orders in. I think he got. Was it 100? He sold 100 bottles in a certain time, so now his stuff's going to be sold in a shop now. So,
that's wavy.
That's
wavy.
Yeah,
Love
proper
that.
things, proper things.
Big for that. That's loved. That's big.
Man. But yeah. So, what's the first on the list? What's the first on the list?
First on the list. Well. Firstly, I think we should introduce our lovely guest today.
What's going on, people?
Our lovely guest. Would you like to state your name?
Yeah.
Jordan.
He's an athlete.
Otherwise.
Lovely.
JB.
Yes.
Lovely.
And what's your Insta? What's your socials?
Track JB. I'm an athlete. Track and field.
Yeah, I'm an athlete. I heard that.
But other than that, we've got the usuals in the studio. You got Axron, aka Aaron.
S9.
Got DCB, aka Chargie D,
aka Angleman Dan.
Dalema Dan.
You got me. You got your boy Shapes.
Hey,
Come on.
by the shape shifter known to man.
Come on.
Known to man.
Stupid. But yeah, man. So guess what happened last time we was in the spot and we was recording?
What happened?
Well, you know, when we was leaving here, we got stopped by police, innit?
Oh yeah.
Got stopped by police,
me and Sean got
mate.
stopped, mate. It
was
was a bit
rude.
A bit political.
bit reckless.
Bit rude, mate.
Cool Pete.
Do you know what it was? Yeah, it's because I was driving and I saw them in the rearview mirror, innit? And you know when they're parked up on the side and you're like, nothing ever happens there, so why are you there? As soon as I've gone past, I see them just come out. I was like, here we go. 'Cause what did I say to you? I said, make sure, is the seatbelt on? Make sure you're doing everything right, yeah. So obviously they're following me now and I'm just like, alright, cool. So you know when you go into a dual carriageway, yeah? You know you get that bit where you can, you know, by St Andrews, the slip road. You go down to the fire station. Yeah. I went down there, gone over the roundabout, and then rejoined the dual carriageway. Innit?
We tried to escape them.
No. But do you know what? You know what? To be fair, it's because when I was dropping Sion, he was deciding between East Croydon and West Croydon, innit? So I was like, yeah, cool. So then when I got back up there, remember when I came down, they was like right next to me.
Yeah,
in.
I look back, I just see all like there's about 4 of them in the van. I just see all of them like this. Like, what are you looking for, man?
looking at Sean's
mad.
I'm saying there's nothing in there for you, big man. Like, what are you steering in the whip for?
Exactly.
All of them just
Ain't got nothing better to do, innit?
Exactly.
Good.
Exactly. So like, when I've rejoined it now, we've stopped and they've obviously pulled me over, and they've just been like, right, mate, how you doing? You know, all that nonsense. Unnecessary, yeah.
Friendly
so
to get to business, isn't it?
Yeah. So I was like, just why have you stopped me? And I think at this time you'd put on IG Live.
I dropped straight onto IG Live.
Yeah.
So we had all uncles caps.
live and direct, you know.
Yeah,
Live and direct.
Like, so then obviously we had to make sure our stuff was patterned as well.
Yeah.
You can swear if you want, but
Yeah.
parents might listen to this. So. But so they asked me about if I've got insurance on the car. Obviously it was my girl's car, innit? I was like I don't have insurance on the car.
Yeah.
So like little things like they wanted to see my license. You know when it just starts to get long
And that, yeah.
and I'm just thinking, well, I've got my own insurance, so because I've fully comp on my insurance, I can drive certain other cars. You know what I mean? Not every other car, but certain other cars. So I knew I was covered for this car. And you know, little things like I think how many of them were there? Was at least
like 4 of it.
No. It was about 8.
Was it 8?
Because there was 2 by you, 2 one that checked me, 2. No, there was 1 in between me and you.
That is wild.
There was 1 in between me and you. There was
Stanford.
2 by the door, and then 2 inside as well.
Wow.
Oh, inside the
inside the
that
van
didn't
as
come
well.
out.
Yeah, that didn't
okay,
come
see,
out.
I didn't see them.
They need to intimidate you.
I don't know. And there was like, yeah, can you come and step up? Like by the so they got me out the car. I left the keys in the
In the
ignition,
car,
innit?
and I stayed in the car as well.
Yeah.
And then like I could see like after a couple minutes they started to surround Sean.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Let me get out of the car just to make sure there's no funny business going on.
Yeah.
Got out of the car, and then there was this a female officer. She was like, she whispered something to one of the other officers, and he instantly came round to the driver's side, took the key out of the car. I was like, sorry, mate. Why are you taking the key out of the car? He's like, what did she say?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't know at this point because they kept asking me about because I had different regs.
Yeah,
Obviously, the first one didn't register on their system.
Yeah.
So when it didn't register, they was thinking, yeah, we got one. And I was like, all right, cool. Just check, just try this one. And then after there was when they realized that it was actually legit, they just tried to run bants. And I was thinking, hold on. When they was about to let me go, they was like, yeah, he's got your key over there. And I said, why has he got my key? And he flicked it out. He's like that. like a little fag or something. Like a cigarette, fam. And I was just thinking, why have you got it? I didn't leave it there.
They didn't want you to drive off, innit?
Yeah, fam.
But he was surrounded.
I'm surrounded, fam. I've got to get past at least 4 of them.
You'd be surprised what I've seen, fam. People around.
Then locked off your escape route.
I've turned off the engine and everything. If I
could
could get out of that, then
you're definitely.
What did they say to you? Why they pulled you over?
So I asked them why. Yeah. So
Listen to
first
this.
I asked them why they pulled me over. They said because I left the dual carriageway and then rejoined it. Now I was thinking to myself, you know when you think to yourself, all right, this could either get long, or I can just go home. I can just go home. And I've just been reading up about like knowing your rights, and especially as a black man, especially like in this time,
Of course.
you need to know your rights, man. Because there's some things that I wish I knew then, which I know now, which I wish I knew then. Do you know what I mean? So what? You guys tell me about your experiences with
Which one?
police.
Many.
Jordan, go ahead.
I mean, most recent one, I can't remember when it was, but the last one was literally same situation as yours. It was just driving with a couple of my friends. The worst thing is it was 3 cars, we were all driving, going past Pearly Wayside, so it's about, the little dual carriageway, it's 3 lanes. So I turned to go into the ATM, so out of nowhere the big bully van pulls up, 6 man in the car. I'm thinking, all right, I didn't see no blue lights. All of a sudden, man's in, and he's like,
Stealth mode,
innit? But man's in the back of my car, and I'm like, rah, all right, let me just pull over. Bear in mind, I'm behind 2 other cars that I'm with.
Yeah.
Right? No speeding or nothing, but just chilling, driving, going ATM to go, I think it was bowling at the time.
Yeah.
So we go to the till point now, ATM now, pull up, go there. My window's cracked down, but before I even stepped out or even take the key out, tell me why the police officer's already in my actual front window. He's in my front window, screaming to the point where, have you ever heard someone shout that you just don't understand what they're saying? My music's loud, everything's all commoded. My boys all parked over in the corner because they're seeing what's going on because it's happened that quick. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. I've got one of my boys in my passenger seat, and that's it. So my window's cracked down. You can just get you can only see that eye level just to see out. So I'm thinking to him, I'm talking to him there, and I say, so what's the problem? He said, can you just come out the car? And I said, all right, but you need to let me know what the problem is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're meant to let them know why you're getting stopped.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, cool. He's like, out of nowhere, I pull my window down a bit more to get my mouth there so he can see me talking. And then as soon as I put the window down a little bit more, his hand's in my car on the keys, taking it out.
It's bants here, but it's not funny.
It's not funny. In the moment of time, I was fuming because I was thinking, at the end of the day, I'm parked up in a car park that's a one-way in and one-way out.
Yeah.
I can't spin around and beat a van and however many policemen are in there to get out. So I'm being compliant. Yeah. So he's taking the keys out. Then he's proceeded to try to drag me out of the car. And I'm thinking, you don't know my name. You don't know if this car's even mine. You don't know if I'm having anything on my car, if I'm carrying anything, which I weren't. But I'm saying these are the normal stop and searches that you're meant to go through.
Yep.
But none of that was carried out. So I was thinking, all right, cool. That's your flex. Drag me to the floor. My boy's still in the passenger. Drag me to the floor. So at this time, I ain't gonna lie, I'm now thinking, I'm fuming because I'm like, you know what? There's no need for that.
What, through the window?
Through the window, big man. To this day, I can't remember. I had my seatbelt on. I can't remember taking it off. So man's pull me, you know, you slip out. You slip out the whole thing. So I'm thinking, that's wild. So I'm in a grey tracksuit, and you know, grey tracksuit on wet floors is not a nice feeling. So my chest is pushed up. Then I see all the guys come out the bully van now. 3 guys come onto me. 3 guys go around.
Ask a question. Did your boys come back for you?
My boys, because I've told them any police situation, if I'm with my boy, you go to a certain extent, because at the end of the day, we've got about 8 guys. If it's 8 black, and it's all black guys, if it's 8 black guys that were all driving, in fact, there was 1 white guy, but I'm still my boy, same way, but we're all driving, I don't need a big commotion of boys coming over, because that's just boys with police. I do get the situation you're trying to say, but at the end of the day, it's just me and my boy in the passenger seat, and they haven't seen my other 2 boys. So, whatever, I'm on the floor now. Knee in my neck, knee in my back, and knee in my leg. And that's 3 men. Grown
crazy.
Men. So I'm thinking to myself, rah. I look across to see my boys in the same predicament as me now. But it's like, this is all happening quick. So I see they've angled me to look at my car. So they put me behind the car and look at it, get searched. So you know when they do a full valet, you see the doors open, the boot open, and everything. So I'm thinking, bruv, at no point have they asked me for my name, all the stuff. So all now they still know my name. So pull me up now, and then obviously the whole commotion's going on. I'm shouting saying, you ain't find nothing. So then the chief officer of the actual whole search, so there's 6 men, so the biggest one, I remember it was one big boy come up to me and said to me, like, he's trying to aggravate me because he couldn't find nothing.
Did he ask you if you want to come around the corner?
No. He did it live and there. So by this time now, there's a whole commotion in front. This is late, but you have the people that are finishing Sainsbury's late coming out to watch, the last minute shoppers coming out to watch, and it's embarrassing for me and my boy. Guys pushing me saying, no, do something. I'm thinking, the way how he's coming to me is how I should be coming to him, innit? And I'm thinking, you know what? You're not even worth it like that. So it was just that whole scenario, and then obviously it was even the fact of how they left. It was the whole car was tipped inside out. Like, gone inside, the whole glove compartment ripped out, armrest ripped out, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm looking at all of them. I said, you guys need to come put it back. And I said, you ain't find nothing. And then they left. I'm thinking, rah.
And at no point did they ask you your name.
No point asking my whole name.
Looked through. That's crazy.
To this day, I don't know what the search was for. As in directly from anyone.
I'm telling you, it's probably because they were bored, fam.
They do it all the time.
Yeah.
Much time
a
we
couple
got
black youths in the car thinking,
it's like that.
we've got one.
We've got one.
That's what I'm saying. And they thought, let's go. Like, I'm telling you, that's
when
more
you get
time.
the
That's what it
cocky
is.
police officers that says, what? You think you're bad? They take off
I'm
their badge.
sure they get a
take
thrill
off their
for it.
camera. They take it off. They say, what? Come on the corner then.
I'm sure they get a thrill for it, man.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke, fam. And if you go on the corner, you're getting broke up.
No, 100%.
Best believe you're gonna get broke up.
You get put in that van, you're getting done.
And
Trying to trap you. The moment you put your hand on them,
it's mad.
the moment you put your hand on them, you've assaulted a police officer.
That's it. And you know what? That justifies for them. That justifies. This is why we stopped you. And they put that down on the record as assault. Not he was triggered. Then it was an assault. It was he assaulted an officer, and that's it.
And this is why it's important for everyone to know their rights. You know, you got the PACE Act as well, which is the Police and Criminal Evidence Act. And that outlines a load of different things, even when you're detained in a police station, and what your rights are. You know, all of these different things. But I think it's important for everyone to be aware of it, especially in this time. We're being subjected to so many different things. And like you know, they do aggravate us. They do a lot of different things. I've got a story. Remember that time that it was actually me and Sean. We were in coming back from Bedford. We were in Luton because I was up there for uni.
I'm involved in a few.
You've got your fair share and count regular in that,
innit? You weren't wearing your do-rag that time as well. So.
You again?
Oh yeah,
you again?
But where we come back from Bedford, weren't we?
Coming back from Bedford.
And then we'd crossed over the roundabout, and something told us. We said it to each other about 10 seconds before we got pulled over. We're gonna get pulled. And we just see the blue lights, saw the blue lights in the,
That's it.
in the thing. We pulled over. And wasn't at the time when they said that this vehicle is known to carry guns in the speaker box?
That's the worst type of
They said
offence to
that.
follow you, fam.
They said no. Initially, they said that my fog lights were on, but at no point were they in front of me. So that's what I said to them, and then that's when it was like, oh yeah, like this, like
To be honest, though,
car's
if
been,
they really thought that your car was carrying guns, they would have came down on you so much harder.
yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But again, how old was he?
We were
Like,
about 21.
exactly, and we
Maybe
didn't know that.
not even that actually. Maybe
No,
younger.
not even- yeah,
But it's the simple fact
yeah,
that
well.
they said that this car is known to carry guns.
So they
in
got
it,
you off a stereotype.
Fam.
basically.
type of
Feds are
vehicle.
just
But
always
they
bored,
didn't
fam.
check the speakers because they said that people had guns in like the speaker compartments.
I'm
They
saying
took out
that
the speakers, but
they really thought you
They
had
would've
guns.
checked it.
Yeah, they would have come down on you much harder. Fam.
Yeah.
They'll be on police.
On police, exactly. All of
Yeah.
that. Do you know what I
saying.
mean?
You guys,
Remember that
you guys
time?
would have known him and followed from a good couple of days
exactly.
before
long
that.
time
innit?
ago.
yeah.
Remember that time was in Luton as well, coming back from a party.
Oh,
and
my goodness,
I stopped
yeah.
to let the feds go past, you know, because there wasn't no space. And they went past us. And then we was driving back to the, what's it called? Fitzroy car park, yeah. And then all of a sudden, they just followed us all the way back to the car park and said, oh, you know, your light was out.
Okay.
Then it's like, oh, has any of you been drinking? I was like, oh, no, they were drinking, but I wasn't drinking. Do you know what I mean? I'm all right. I've just come to pick them up.
Yeah.
And then there's like, oh, where do you live? I told them where I live. It's like, oh, okay then. What else did they say?
But they
were just
didn't they
trying
pull
to-
us over? Didn't they pull us over because you gave them way? They said
I
that
gave
to
them way,
us.
fam.
Yeah.
They said they
Gave
pulled
them
over
way.
Dan, yeah, because we gave them
Well,
way.
apparently I'm suspicious. But
And
there was
that
nowhere
looks
to go, you
suspicious
know?
because why didn't we just sort of drive past when they flash their lights at us? That's happened as well. I've been pulled over in Croydon on the way back from a house party. I was with one friend and we were driving towards Colonnades, McDonald's. No, it was Kadeem actually.
I just slip that
Man,
one.
But yeah, I was on the way to Colonnades, grab a quick McDonald's as you do after the house party and that. I'm just coming down the road and then he just pulls me over. He didn't really have a reason why he pulled me over. He just asked me where am I going. And I was like, I'm going Colonnades. He was like, have you been drinking? I said I had one glass of wine.
What, man's on a white from
Do you know
young,
what it is? Do you know what it is? I think because at the time, I had a 1 Series.
Red or white?
It was blacked out. So when I've wound down the window, he's not expecting the type of character I am to turn around and be like, I've had one glass of wine. I think he was more baffled that I said that to him. And he was like, oh, all right, mate.
Do you remember that time we was driving back from, I think it was Luton or a party, and we were all waved, fam. I was driving,
no.
and the Fed was talking to you, and he's like, did he ask you guys been drinking?
This
Was that
was,
in Croydon?
Stuttering,
this
fam.
was in Clapham.
Clapham.
So we came back from a house party.
Yeah.
And obviously we'd had like 1 or 2 drinks.
No, we
and
were
and
waved
they
still,
would
I can't lie.
huh?
We were waved still. We were
Straight on.
waved. We were waved.
So you got out of that one then?
No, we got out because Sean was stuttering, fam. And I was like, no, officer, like, what did I say? So no, we ain't been drinking.
It wasn't Clapham, it was Croydon.
Croydon.
It was Croydon. It was around the back
no.
of where Argos is. When you ride by Rose
Oh,
Corner.
no, hold on. No. Because
Those are next time.
we're getting it confused now because...
We was in a car, fam.
No,
There was
because
about
with
4 of us.
that one, I remember I came to come and pick up some people from that had been out in Croydon, innit? And obviously because the officer obviously stopped me because I'm the one driving. Everyone else has been on the ray and everything.
Yeah,
so obviously I was driving in it. When I pulled down the window, can you imagine what smell
smell,
must have
yeah.
come out? He's like, oh, you had any drink? I was
Smelled like carnival in
man.
there.
I'm picking them up.
There was a time where
Yeah.
you was like you wasn't saying much and he was just looking suspicious. and-
But I wasn't stuttering. We had
There was-
we had-
there was
but
a
we had
time-
this
there
ti-
was a-
I
there
remember
was a
you
time.
saying. I remember you saying that I was stuttering, but I wasn't.
Fam,
I wasn't. If I was stuttering, I would have been in trouble.
bro, like you was when you was talking to this guy, yeah, this police officer, he wasn't making sense, fam. And then I said
Then
something.
I would have
and
been
then
in
he let us
trouble,
go.
you know.
Nah, I remember it clearly, fam.
Bro, I
remember
know
it still.
the one you're
You know what
talking.
you're
The one you're
talking
talking
about?
about was we got stopped. Like where it goes from. So it crosses between Brixton Hill and like kind of Clapham, that road.
Christchurch Road.
I don't even know if that's what it's called, but like
Wait.
just before Brixton Hill.
Yeah, Christchurch.
Yeah, like just a crossover there, and they stopped us. And obviously, with the asked us
We're
where we're
opposite the
coming from.
McDonald's, next to the McDonald's.
Yeah, next to McDonald's. Yeah, right there. And obviously we just come from a house party, innit?
Fam, do you know what? Police are bored, you know. I remember one time I was just minding my business in Croydon, going home, innit? They just stopped me, fam, by the tram stop. And then there was literally drapes and man up, and I was like, "What's going on?" There's like, you fit a description. I was like, "What's the description?"
I'm sure the description's
shut
like
up.
just like
No. Honestly, bro.
And I kid you not, yeah. He was like, I was like, "Shut up." He was like, "Shut up, shut up." I was like, what? I was like, "You're saying I fit a description. What's the description?" Like, I'm just minding my business. They just drapes a man up.
description is, isn't it? Like,
Fam, they just drapes a man up, drapes in up man's pockets, and I'm thinking, what's going on? But leave me alone.
I'm not even laughing at you. I'm loving the fact that man said, "Shut up."
No, that's dumb, bruv. I can't stand
It's not
feds.
professional,
I'm always on
is it,
edge. Like Aaron will tell you, fam. Whenever feds pass, if we're just chilling or
Feel
whatever,
uneasy.
I get on edge, fam. So I'm thinking, what they doing now? What now?
Come like mad unks, man.
No, word.
It's true, but it's all part of police brutality, innit? Like,
I can't stand
you know, and then
College
that
was the
stems
worst
into
time.
so many different things.
it's a
like-
knock-on effect of it.
It's a knock-on effect because it's even systematic. Like it's oppression in its own way.
Do you know what I hate when they try to embarrass you on purpose? Man?
Yeah.
College was the worst.
It's a power
time,
pull.
That's
That's
it.
what it is. It's a power play.
At the end of the day, it's like when you see police pull up behind you, you shouldn't feel an ounce of I'm in danger, innit? It should be a thing where, all right, you know what? This is normal. Let me just chill. Whoever's in the car with you, whether they're drunk or not, if you're fit enough to drive and you're doing the right thing, it should just be a thing where I ain't got nothing to worry about. It shouldn't be like, I'm on edge because they might try to say I've done this, I've done that. Realistically, you could be innocent. It could be the first time I ever got stopped is like, I'm nervous and I'm thinking, bruv, I've got nothing to my name. My car is clean. Like,
But that's what happens though. Even when you're driving, you know everything's clean. Insurance, your car, it's your license plate. Whenever feds go past, you just fix
Tense
up.
up, yeah. No,
Fix up. You sit up, put two hands on the wheel.
But then that's come from the whole thing of you grow up knowing that, like, the first thing we've been taught growing up is that, you know what, at the end of the day, you can grow up and be like, you never hear black guys say, I want to be a policeman. That it's always like,
It's weird. It's
You
weird
hear
still.
some.
You hear
do
some.
But then it's like almost
weird.
like, what's wrong with you?
That kind of behavior kind of gets taken out of them the older they get, like when you go through secondary school and that.
That's an
And
interesting point,
they
you know,
start
it's true.
they start having their own experiences with police,
That's
and
it.
they see their friends having experiences with police, and it's like, raw, like maybe I don't want to do that.
That's
as
it.
A, you know what I'm saying?
It's one of those, it's just like, you know what, like, that's not really, like, I see the stick they get for that job. I can't deal with that. And I'm already getting bantered for, let's say I wanted to be a policeman from like year 7, I'm getting bantered for a future job that I'm looking at. Even though I even looked at a CV and I'm thinking, bro, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
It's like your experience of being, you know, the bully van pulling up and being put to the ground and everything like that. That can stem, that can create such a hate within you and build up to the point where you know we've got all these news programs asking certain debate questions about, well, why is this happening? Why is crime so high? Why is this? Why is that? You know, why aren't people comfortable enough to speak to the police about certain things and this and that? But it's because we've been subjected to so many different things, and we're always on the receiving end of it. You know, we always feel threatened. And it's,
Thank
it's,
God
it's
we don't
horrible.
live in America though.
Oh my goodness,
My
that would
goodness,
be.
man.
I think
You know what I mean?
we'd have been dead by now.
Yeah.
If we lived in America.
Do you know what? Yeah,
mad.
I personally feel, and this might be a little bit controversial, but I personally feel if feds were allowed to carry guns in
Over
England, in UK, the way that they're allowed to carry guns in America, we wouldn't have hardly any black men left, fam.
Nah, but then,
Left, fam. Imagine Tyrone from the block, fam. That's always getting in trouble.
I
and
do
the fed
understand
knows
that.
his name.
no, I do understand that. I'll just say that obviously that's touchy because at the end of the day, it's not only they're doing twice as worse without a gun currently, innit? So it's like a thing where it's like it's wild because it's a thing where they at all times they gotta feel as though like raw the threat. Like if they're coming to me, they gotta make me feel intimidated. So whatever I've got on me is just a quick give up, move on.
But that's the thing though, because English police, obviously, or British police, I say, they ain't got like arms. Do you know what I mean? Or not all of them have arms at their disposal. So therefore, they're obviously going to use other means to try and intimidate or get you into a state where they can
Little
either
pricks, cuz.
like get you to get a proper cause to arrest you, or just have you in a submissive state. You know what I mean?
Imagine they had guns now, though.
But
bro.
yeah, obviously, I think if it changed, and now like almost imagine like from the end of 2020 they're allowed to carry guns, then it will get much worse because they've now got that mentality coupled with
You've now having the power.
Yeah,
That's it.
because obviously, if they had guns from before, obviously we wouldn't know any different. Do you know what I mean? We'd be just like America.
And the difference with America is that it's entrenched in their constitution.
Yeah.
So it's a constitutional right to have, to bear arms and things like that. And that is why they feel it's so, it's almost like this power thing.
Yeah.
It's this power thing. That's my right to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that if that happened over here that they wouldn't, but it would be a process if that happened. I don't think we'd see it worsen over time.
I feel like we'd see a lot of man them end up. It's not nice to say, but end up dead if police carried guns in England, fam. I won't lie to you, because look at the amount of guys that are constantly getting in trouble. Do you get what I'm saying? Imagine a Fed had a gun one day. All he has to do, pull the trigger and make up a report. You get what I'm saying? I'll say like, we know that this guy is known for arms dealing, blah, blah, blah. He had a gun on me.
Yeah.
Or I felt threatened, so I shot. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get off lightly, bro.
Yeah, and
what you have to remember is that the amount of black people in America is different to the amount of black people in England. We're a minority over here, bro. Even black people are a minority in America, but there's a lot of them there. There's a lot of them, fam. There's whole states full of black people. But England, where do you have black people? What, London? Different parts of London as well. Birmingham, Manchester, where else? Can we actually say, there's a community of black people there? Do you get what I'm saying?
Isn't it?
It's wild, fam. Imagine Feds. Imagine Birmingham, Manchester. Feds had guns, cuz, that they could just pull out on you normally. It's a scary thought, fam. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think, on the flip side, because we're always asked these questions and things like that, do you think black people have a chip on their shoulder when it comes to that?
Most definitely.
Without having, do you think it's warranted?
Oh, do you know what? Yeah. Okay.
That's a very good question, you know.
Okay, cool. That's a good question. It's a thing where, how can you warrant discrimination in it? Like, literally, my experience, I could say to my children, and they could. I'm not saying, don't chat to police, but they could take that as in, you know what, I don't really feel comfortable around you lot no more. And then from there, it's like it's a natural hate towards a policeman, innit?
Yeah.
Without my actual input, I'm telling them a story about, listen, you got to be careful when you're going out with your friends, because this could happen if you don't carry yourself properly. Although I was carrying myself properly, but as a father, I'd be like, boom, this is a situation that could happen, as a dad would normally warn his son.
Yeah.
Obviously, from that, the son could pick up a type of anti-behavior towards a policeman in any type of way, where even just seeing someone, it's like he feels on edge. He feels as though he has to hold his chest up to get ready to step back towards a policeman if that happens, and then realistically that just gets him into more trouble. But he hasn't even actually done anything. So that's just a little chip on his shoulder.
Sorry, so he's gonna say something.
No, go ahead.
I actually feel like what's it called? It's definitely what you said, Jay. But I also feel like it's to do with our environment as well. Can you imagine? Just imagine, like, it happens to us all the time. We've always shared stories of just being pulled over for no reason, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? You can develop a hate for police because you, in your mind, you know, you've been warned against police. You carry yourself a certain way when you're around police, otherwise you could get yourself in trouble. Yeah? But imagine you're actually just minding your business around police and they still trouble you. And it's over and over again, and everywhere you look, it's happening to people that look exactly like you. You're going to develop a issue with them.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then these are people that are public servants, you know. They're supposed to help us. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you feel like you can't approach these people, you feel like you constantly have to be on edge when you're around them, well, naturally you're going to develop a dislike to them.
100%.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like I wouldn't so much call it a chip on our shoulders when we're actually going through this every day. It's not new. Systematic racism, fam. It's not new. We have to fight for everything, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Every single thing black people have to fight for.
I heard that.
Yeah, so guys, I'm sure that we could reel off so many different stories about when we've been stopped and whatever, because face it, like, being a black man in society is quite challenging, you know what I mean? As we all know. So just to, fire off some facts in case people were like me and Sion and didn't know any better, do you know what I mean? So just so you know, like when police officers stop you and search you, there's certain things that they have to follow. One of those is like they have to give you their names, their badge numbers, tell you why they're stopping you and what if they're searching you, what they expect to find. If there's not probable cause for, like, if you haven't done anything dangerous or anything that's going to commit a crime or anything, then you don't need to stop or anything like that. You can refuse to be searched. If there's anything else that you guys want to find out, just go to gov.uk/police powers, and you'll find everything there.
So yeah, just hold on. So actually, do you know what? I'll do it.
Clap.
Yeah, safe.
Bro, I'll make you something. Bro, am I moving mad?
Yeah. You trying to run it now?
Not yet.